So after speculation last week, SLAMS is reporting that reigning MVP Joel Embiid will be returning to the court as early as tonight for the Sixers game against the Thunder.
Really?
Embiid has participated in multiple 5-on-5 scrimmages in the past few days. So the Sixers were 5th in the East when Embiid went down back on January 30th, had surgery on February 6th, and they are 11-18 since he's been sidelined, dropping to the 8th seed, but 2.5 games behind the Pacers for the 6th spot with 7 games remaining. Before the injury, Embiid was looking to repeat his MVP, averaging a career-high 35 points a game, close to 12 rebounds, 6 assists. So, Gil, we'll start with you.
Oh.
Now, you're not the biggest fan of Embiid trying to return to the court, but whether you like it or not, it's happening. How should the Sixers approach integrating Embiid back into the lineup and managing his minutes before these playoffs?
The fact that if that is the question, that you're going to manage his minutes when he comes back, defeats the purpose of him coming back.
You got 12.
It defeats the purpose of
you got to work him in. You can't just say go play 36 minutes.
Again, so if you can't play 36 minutes going into the playoffs, then why are you bringing him back? You're only bringing him. There's no upside here. What is the upside of bringing him back? You're going to manage his minutes, right? And then when you really need a game, you're going to throw him out there knowing that he ain't 100%. And where do you expect to go in the playoffs? It's a first-round loss. You either have 8 seed Boston or 7 seed Milwaukee. There's no upside. You can't get to the 6 seed.
Oh, they out of here.
So you're going to have a play-in game that you're playing what? Your best player 20, 21 minutes, 15 minutes, and then your first round is going against Boston or Milwaukee with you've missed 2 months of basketball?
Yeah, that playing game wouldn't be for 2 more weeks at least, so.
2 weeks?
Listen, they can go.
A lot of time.
They can go 6-1, 7-0. They can.
Anything's possible.
They can, but they're still going to be a 7 seed or an 8 seed. No matter how they look at this, and those 2 matchups is Boston first round. First, you got to do the play-in game. Then Boston first round or Milwaukee first round. Yeah.
But Milwaukee with Doc Rivers, yeah.
So we're still getting past that.
Still, I mean, you're not dealing with an Embiid that was in full motion 36 a game. You're not dealing with it. You're going to deal with a 15 to 20 minute game guy for the most part.
And then some guys been playing,
Mixed. And then everybody's going to go back to adjusting to him, and it's pointless. Trust me, it's a pointless thing.
Lexi,
I agree.
Lexi, do you like the move? And how should the Sixers approach?
I'm not really even sure he's going to play, honestly. I know they've put out clips of him working out and stuff, which is what we talked about last week. Like, he's not really going to try and come back unless they put out content of him actually on the court.
There was like a 20-second clip that came from a random account.
I don't think
random
he's
account?
Gonna...
After we said it?
No, it was
I think it was a couple days ago.
It was a Sixers account.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's really going to come back. He shouldn't. I mean, I think if he's doing it to prove something, he's proven enough in the way he played. And I think he needs to value his health over everything else, because they're not going to win a championship. So.
Brandon, you're not rolling with Embiid coming back?
No, I agree with Gil. They first round out, no matter what. He's not in that type of shape right now.
Can he get close to that type of shape in the next 2 weeks, though?
Not if you're managing his playing time.
Yeah, and I just me speculating. I don't know how they're going to approach it.
And then you just throw him out there in the playoffs with the intensity being on another level, you out of here. But go ahead.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Thank you.
Okay. They out of here first round.
Man, you see the basketball that's being played. The Bucks ain't guaranteeing to get 4 straight games or best of 7 out of anybody. Man, they can give up games. The luckiest thing the Sixers can do is hope that they get the Bucks. Hope they get the Bucks. We got a fucking chance. Ain't nobody in the NBA right now locking up in the playoffs or they got their seeds guaranteed that we gonna win this playoff series. Nobody.
1 and 2 for
Nobody.
Sure. 1 and 2 for
Ain't
sure.
no team guaranteeing the playoff series.
1 and 2 for sure.
Except for maybe Boston, except for maybe Denver. In the first round. Everybody else, man, you gotta work. You gonna work for this. And Embiid's like this. If he did see it in a sense where we don't got a chance, he wouldn't come back. But he know he's a difference maker.
Sixers have a pretty favorable schedule with these remaining 7 games. So they got OKC tonight, then they're at the Heat, then they got the Grizzlies, Spurs, Pistons, at home versus the Magic, and then they end the season Sunday, April 14th, against the Brooklyn Nets.
Those are great fine-tuned games for Embiid. All of those games are fine-tuned games. Let me get my shit back against these bums.
So, question for the couch: what do you need to see from Embiid the next few weeks to believe he can be effective in the playoffs?
It's conditioning.
Win the
that's the biggest
championship. If you're going to come back, then win the championship then.
Oh, well, that's
If not, then it's just a waste of time.
Really?
so chip or nothing.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
The same thing with the Bucks then.
What?
Win the championship.
This ain't about the Bucks. It's about
Yeah,
the Embiid.
it ain't.
Win the championship.
It ain't about the Bucks.
Win the championship.
Embiid coming back because of what?
Don't put the
Because they
pressure
have a
all
chance?
on them just because
That's
he got
that's
hurt.
what we're talking about.
I know. I know.
So just focus on that.
I know.
You say you got you saying
He ain't
that,
got to win the championship.
no.
why
what
are you
I'm saying
coming back
is,
then?
How many minutes can Embiid play against the Bucks? Because that's who you said they won.
30.
How many minutes can he play against the Bucks and be effective in that?
30.
So if he's playing 25 minutes, can they win?
He going to play 30.
If he's playing 30 on the bum knee, you saying they're gonna win? Because he couldn't.
They got a chance.
He couldn't beat their ass when he was healthy.
They got a chance.
He
Exactly.
couldn't beat him when he
Exactly.
was healthy.
But now he's
You
seeing
forgot there was a regular season.
No, I said-
he was getting his ass barbecued by them.
But we're looking at them now. They getting their ass barbecued by teams that ain't got Embiid. They ain't got nobody. They getting barbecued by bums.
But what I'm saying is, can you name someone in history? I can't think of it right now. Name someone in history that came back a week before, 2 weeks before playoffs as a star player and was effective in the playoffs. They missed 2-3 months of basketball, came back and was effective. Say it.
Producers
say
are
it.
saying MJ good.
And he lost. Next. Fuck.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Exactly.
Nice try. It was a nice try.
You said effective. I didn't
Effective. They lost to Orlando. I know because that was my team. We beat Jordan. Yes, we did. He lost.
45, Jordan.
Well,
Yep.
45, Mike.
He tried to double his input by going to 45. Got his ass out of there. So, but let's be honest. Who's going to be effective enough? You missed 2 months of basketball. Like, think about the shape. Think about, come on, we played, y'all.
Yeah, no, yeah.
When we're getting in shape for the regular season, think about everything we're doing from the summer to training camp, and we still not in shape for those first 4, 5, 6, 7 games. He's missed 2 months. So you think minutes, 5, 6 games, playing 12 to 20 minutes is going to get him ready for the playoffs?
You're giving the NBA too much credit. Like
I'm giving the playoffs the playoffs.
But it's the players that's playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, he
niggas
got-
ain't like that for him to have to be in top notch. Man, it's Embiid. I can be out there 50% and still give you niggas 30.
He been
lose.
120% against Boston and lost every series.
But we ain't talking. I don't. If they match up with Boston, it's gonna be tough because it's gonna be a faster pace.
They're not going to have a chance at all with
Yes,
either
they are.
team. One
yes,
or two.
They are.
No, they
Embiid
not.
is Embiid at the end of the day, man.
No, Embiid is Embiid.
yeah,
But you're
that's
saying
fine.
Embiid coming back.
I understand, but even just him being on the court as a presence, and if he still got his jumper.
What is it? So him coming back, are they going to win the championship?
I mean, if Embiid was at full strength all season, do you think the Sixers had a chance to win the championship?
No.
I do.
No.
I do.
That's reasonable.
I do. I think because it's like they giving it too much credit. Like niggas is out here losing to bum teams, and what are they acting like?
In the regular
like everybody-
season. In the regular
like
season.
you're foolproof or something.
In the regular season.
And then look, his team booted out of the first round.
We're talking about now, man.
Booted out. Get the fuck out of
You
here.
talking about when Giannis was hurt? Are you talking about when Giannis was hurt?
I don't give a fuck.
Are you
who
talking about when
hurt.
Giannis was
Your
hurt?
team
Are you talking about
is
when
booted
Giannis was hurt?
out.
We talking about when
His
Giannis was
team
hurt.
make it all
You talking about when Giannis was hurt?
Sweep.
Every year you got a new team. Every year you got a new team.
Sweep.
We're talking about right now. What are you talking about?
Every year you got a new team.
Everybody's up in
Come
there.
on, we got to stay consistent
Everybody's
over here.
up in there.
Nah. We got to stay consistent over here.
Ain't nobody that good. They could just win, nigga. Everybody got a chance.
No, they don't.
7 games. we got a chance.
Everybody don't have a chance.
You ain't that consistent.
Some
You ain't that
teams
consistent.
some teams just showing up just
You ain't that
for camera time.
consistent.
Some teams just showing up for camera time.
Hey, they wrote Curry.
Yeah, Chad has been saying Steph Curry.
Steph Curry missed March. He missed March. So he missed about a month.
Did he have surgery?
He
Did
missed
Embiid
a
have
month of
surgery?
basketball.
Oh, did Steph have surgery?
No, he didn't have surgery.
He also had a better squad than Embiid had.
And then they had Kevin
What
Durant
are we talking
and
about?
Clay, which makes sense for something like this,
Yeah,
right?
if you really think you have a legitimate chance of winning the chip.
Now look, Curry missed. We don't know when Curry missed because he came back at game 51, game 72. So 10 games before the playoffs, he played 25 games, right? Now, after that, he missed those games, right? We don't know how healthy he was, but they knew they was going to get out of the first round with him, so it was easy to sit him, let him get in shape. They can afford to let Embiid get in shape. That's the problem. So if you know you can get, if they were the third seed, and they're playing some bum, yeah, we don't need you this first round just in case. The same shit that when Milwaukee won the championship, right? And they were playing against Brooklyn, and James Harden wasn't supposed to play that first round, right? They were like, we can beat them, get out of the first round. Kyrie went down, and they're like, fuck, James Harden, come back, right? They needed him at the time. That's how you do him. Try to get him in shape, and if you need him, try to put him in. But if you're saying you're going to play 6 games, and every game you miss, then you're going to go into the playoff. If he don't come back tonight, to start getting in shape, what the fuck? You're going to test that knee out right before the playoffs?
The difference is we don't know what type of shape he in. We don't know how ready he is.
We do.
That's the difference, right? Then it's like he got these games. He got how many games? How many?
7 games.
7 games. 5 of those games are against teams that ain't really like that.
Yeah.
So
He
he got
still gonna be playing against niggas, but you playing against players that ain't got nothing to lose too.
that ain't shit.
Right, but they gonna be playing hard too.
Yeah, but that's we warming up. Just like we warm up in practice.
One thing
This
I
is
can
practice
say
game.
one thing he's never been was in playoff shape. That's one thing he's never been in playoff shape, right? When it's the playoff, them last 5 minutes, he's always been gassed out. Now you're saying this year is going to be different, and you've been hurt for 2 months on a surgery, not just injury, not a pulled groin, actual surgery, winning your knee. I don't know.
Lexi, and any hope for Embiid to prove the haters wrong?
I mean, what are they hating on at this point? Because say he
The
comes,
doubters, not even that.
but say he comes back and they do win or they win the first round, but he's not like playing at how he was playing before. Like people are gonna have something to say about that. Now, if he comes back and plays at the level that he was playing at before and they lose, people are gonna have something to say about that. So really, it's up to him. But I mean, I'm always advocating to prioritize your health. And yeah, they're not. I mean, I didn't think they were gonna win 4.
Full strength.
So I don't.
But just looking at last year's playoffs, like you said, the Heat making that run from the 8th spot. You had LeBron who missed a month before the end of the season that led the Lakers to the Western Conference Finals. Just pointing it out, Gil. If you're Embiid and you're the reigning MVP, you think you're like that. Is he drinking confidence coffee?
Absolutely. I'm a difference maker. Shit. I mean, you can be a difference maker and you got a team full of hungry young kids that's ready to go, especially like Maxey. It's
I mean,
worth it.
I get why he would try and come back
It's
because
worth
he
the
doesn't
try.
want to let his team down.
Yeah, he the leader.
Sixers down, like I get that.
But then the other side of that, you come back too early, and now this
It's
situation
something that's
becomes
worse.
a longer-term issue.
Yeah.
So if he does go back down, he does re-injure or anything like that happens, now it's looking really, 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 really good.
We'll knock on.
Well, I
the
mean,
table.
we spoke that up earlier that he
So-
wasn't going to last 65. So I don't want to speak that up again.
Yeah, we will see how it plays out. Like you said, 7 games remaining. We will see what happens these next 7 games and into the postseason.
Hey, out of here. Out of here.
He said
Careful,
LeBron missed a month. What surgery did he have?
He had the janky foot, Gil. He opted
So
not.
did he have what surgery did he have?
He was supposed to have surgery. He chose not to.
Oh, okay.
Because he's LeBron Raymond James Sr. I'm
right.
just pointing it out.
All right,
Okay. I'm just telling you, Gil.
that.
Figure out what surgery did he have. But
All right.
Did not have a surgery.
He was told to have
Nobody
surgery.
had a surgery.
He said nay. We don't know if he ever did have surgery, but he got a
Yeah, you
bionic
don't know
foot.
him. He could have definitely had one, and nobody said
if I'm
anything.
USA, if I'm USA,
He goes in the back, He takes his legs off, puts the other legs on, and he come back out. He had surgery
Full of fresh
every day.
legs.
That's so
I'm trying to figure at the end of the day, what is the upside?
That's so funny.
That's how you evaluate if you're sitting here, fuck what everyone's saying, right? What is your upside? What do you actually gain in this moment? Because no matter what's wrong with your knee, we don't care. If you're not averaging 36 and 20, we don't give a fuck about your knee. When you're out there, if you averaging 19 and 12, we're not giving you the benefit of the doubt. We don't care, right? We don't care. No one cares. Do not go out there and play injured to prove to us you're injured. Either you are healthy and you're going full bore or sit your ass down. That 50% shit only works for your coach. The fans, the media, the other team does not give two shits about the excuse.
Yep.
So what is your upside? Is your upside to get out of the first round, to get out of the second round? If it ain't the championship, then why are you jeopardizing being injured, tweaking something so you fuck your summer up? Like, that'd be the dumbest thing you can do is re-injured, retweak it. Now the first 2 months of your summer, you're rehabbing.
Again.
And then you miss USA basketball, right? Now we got to go out there and get some sorry ass center that we got to put in the place of you. That's horrible for America.
It's a fucking risk we fucking take, nigga. You're a warrior. I'm taking the fucking risk.
I feel like right now USA basketball is
What risk?
important.
I'm taking the risk.
I feel like USA basketball is more important.
What risk you taking?
Taking the risk to try to make it to the chip.
You're not
fighting
making
for
it to the chip.
You're
not going to the chip.
You can say that.
They're not going.
You can say
They're
that.
not
but,
going to the
hey,
chip.
man, I'm gonna risk it.
All the
risk takers take the risk. They're not gonna play it cautionary. They're not gonna say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna just hang it up."
That's called delusion. If you're sitting there thinking you missed 2 months, your team went 11 and 18, and you think you're gonna win a championship, and you're gonna risk your career on trying to win a championship.
You're not fighting for nothing.
There's nothing to fight for.
You didn't play well enough without him.
If them motherfuckers was 8, 20, and fucking
the 8th
10.
seed last year went all the way to the.
That's a different type.
It ain't no nothing. It's called
no.
we gonna fight for it. They had a chance. We got a chance.
First of all, Miami is way better.
We got a chance.
Who was injured on Miami?
Don't matter. He's Tyler Hero.
Did they bring his ass back?
No, he didn't.
No,
So they made it all the way there without him.
They didn't bring his ass back. Exactly.
Without him.
Exactly.
Okay. Right.
That means you got a chance if I bring my big fella back.
Exactly.
If they can make it all the way there without they second tier player, man, we bring our big fella back, we got a chance.
What's so funny is he was the leading
Big fella,
scorer.
are you gonna fight for this or not?
He was the leading scorer. And they wasn't dumb enough to put his ass back there in the fire.
Hey.
And that was his hand.
When them fans get that notification and be back, you know who gonna come to them games?
Who?
The motherfucking fans.
Yep.
They already come.
They gonna show the fuck up like they was before.
No, they.
Guess who coming back tonight?
The fans know they cooked.
Guess who coming back tonight?
Come on.
It's Philly.
It ain't brotherly love.
It's Philly. We back.
He had a broken
No,
wrist. He had a broken wrist. And they said he was coming back since the fucking first round. And they never put him on there because they didn't want him to get hit, rehurt it for the rest of it. That's called a smart organization.
Not if he came back and they still ain't doing shit. You should have brung his ass back because y'all ain't doing shit now.
Yeah.
He back full strength. Is he hurt again?
Nope.
What he doing out there?
Leading the team and scoring like usual.
What is the team doing? All right.
They sorry ass.
All right. So we gonna take our chances with Embiid out there on that fucking floor. We ain't gonna take that Tyler Hero
If
route.
I'm Embiid, I'm gonna chill to USA.
For what?
We will see how it all
That's way
plays
more
out.
important.
You know how it's gonna play out.